Boravinaka, and a very good evening to everyone. I felt a bit tired just watching those guys wriggle their bodies. I think I was looking around some of my staff, especially the ones from Rotuma. I was getting a bit worried too that they might hop in too. Maybe after this. But this evening, I'm really glad that we can be here today to launch this national employment policy. Something I'm really glad, because you can see from the vision of our ministry is basically two things. Two things that we regard as very, very important for our country and for our people. First, employment growth. We need to grow it quantitatively, qualitatively, and we need to make sure that the work that people get involved in is decent work, when they are treated decently. I can recall back when we had the first discussions about this employment policy. If I'm not mistaken, it was back in late 2012 and 2013 when we started the initial discussions with ILO, getting people to come and do studies, talk to us, and gradually it began to take shape from those early periods, from 2013, from 2014, until we were able to get the assistance here in 2017 to get the committee rolling. So it's been something that we've been talked about for a long time. So I'm really glad that we can be here today to launch this policy. We can look at the history of the journey of our national employment policy, and we can say that we've come a long way. And in the world, we've had the financial disaster in 2008 and all the impact that it had on employment. We've had the Global Jobs Pact that was adopted by ILO in 2009, and in that same year, government promulgated the National Employment Center Act to look at employment opportunities for the unemployed. And under that act, we put in place the National Employment Center in 2010. And in 2010, Fiji also, as has been mentioned, ratified the ILO Employment Policy Convention, committing to develop and implement a national employment policy for Fiji. So thankfully, that commitment has borne fruit. Cabinet has passed this policy earlier this month, and now we're going to launch it for the final stage of getting out there and getting the implementation plans underway. In 2017, the NEC board began the work of formulating the national employment policy. We're grateful for all of our tripartite partners and different government agencies that are part of the NEC board, which has led this particular work. And I commend the work of the board and the National Employment Policy Technical Committee that comprised workers, employers, and government representatives, including our youths, our training institutions, our statutory authority, and non-government organizations. All of them were part of this technical committee. It is the tireless work of these groups of people, over the years, that has culminated into this event that we are celebrating, and the policy that we are celebrating this evening. So I thank you all for coming this evening. It's a landmark event, not just for us, but for the people that are working in this country and those that will be looking for work in the future. Together, we move with a shared vision to stimulate economic growth and development. One of the things that all governments focus on is economic development. But I think in this mantra of looking at employment, mantra that we have, that all economic growth must be job rich. Because one of the big contradictions that we have in the world, we have greater productivity being created, but the proceeds of that productivity, the proceeds of that economic wealth that is being created, is being concentrated into the hands of fewer and fewer people. And jobs, having economic growth that leads to good jobs, is obviously a way to make sure that the benefits of that great productivity, the benefits of that growth, gets into the pockets of the people, the citizens of our country. So we want to overcome unemployment and underemployment, promote full, productive, and freely chosen employment through Fiji's first national employment policy. At the moment, we've already heard the statistics. We have unemployment at I believe it is a 20-year low, the lowest we've ever experienced in the last 15 years of 4.5%, but our challenge is our youth unemployment of 18%. The low unemployment rates at the national level has been a result of strong economic management and consistent policies, along with targeted investment in infrastructure and service delivery, resulting in 8 years of consecutive economic growth and likely to be 9. Our longer vision under our National Development Plan is to achieve less than 4% unemployment within our 5 and 20-year plans. And we've achieved 4.5% in the first year of that plan. Government's vision is to transform Fiji into a modern and dynamic economy, involving all in our national development and leaving no one behind. The national employment policy is based on the notion of moving Fiji forward and recognizes that economic growth alone is not enough to meet the challenge of increasing employment opportunities. We have to make sure that the economic growth creates employment and livelihood opportunities for our people. We need to ensure that economic growth creates paid work for those who want to earn an income, and it involves helping those in work to move on to better jobs and to improve the working conditions of existing job holders. The policy identifies and implements ways to improve the growth and quality of employment in Fiji and fulfills our commitment under the ILO Employment Policy Convention. With our adoption of the 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda, government is committed to making progress on growing opportunities for employment and meeting the SDG goal of promoting inclusive and sustainable economic growth, employment, and decent work for all. That is SDG 8. With a high youth unemployment rate, relatively high, not as high as a lot of other countries. I think there are other countries in the Pacific that are much higher than us, but relative perhaps to the fact that our overall unemployment growth is at 4.5%, our first priority focus is to create more opportunities for the young to follow clear pathways from education to employment. And government has been investing a lot into education ever since the Bainimarama game has come in place and since the Fiji First government. But we will look at creating closer ties between education providers and training providers, reforming the apprenticeship scheme, and I understand that process is already underway, being led by the Higher Education Commission, resourcing the National Employment Center, promoting self-employment and volunteer work for the young, and promoting work attachments. Private investment is absolutely critical and is an important aspect to creating jobs, and we will be constantly looking at ways of improving Fiji's international ranking in doing business. In our commitment to the SDGs and our role as COP23 President, it is critical to boost action on just transition of the workforce towards environmentally sustainable economies while creating decent work and quality jobs. As we begin to focus more on the environment and we want to reduce our emission of carbons, that will have to be reflected in the kind of industries we want to decrease and the kind of industries we want to increase. And as people move from the places that they are being employed now into these new kinds of industries, we need to make sure that that transition is just, that they are not exploited as they move from the old industries to the new industries. That's absolutely critical. We will be looking at policies on green job skills and providing career guidance to students on green jobs, what those green jobs are. Government is committed to realizing that our graduates should not only be job seekers, but also be job creators. Under the National Employment Policy, we will promote self-employment to be able to establish and sustain a business and ensure financial survival and increase access to credit by small businesses. We have seen the benefits of our overseas employment programs, where we have sent our workers to Australia, New Zealand, and the neighboring Pacific region. Under the employment policy, we are looking to promote and grow access to overseas employment opportunities and look forward to forming partnerships with countries and international entities to grow our labor market access and reach. If we look at the labor force in Fiji, as has been mentioned by both of the speakers, we have that challenge of high level of informal employment supported by subsistence activities. And we know that 2/3 of our workforce is in the informal or in the subsistence sector. And that is something that contributes to the lowering of our unemployment growth, but it still has a challenge for us because it is in these sectors too that they need a lot of protection. They need a lot of work that needs to be done to help them out. So having a proper regulatory framework is important for the informal economy, and at the same time, those working in the informal economy should be encouraged to graduate to and operate in the formal economy. The policy includes a focus on creating more income-generating opportunities for those relying on subsistence activities for their livelihood and creating better access to credit for those earning a stable economy in the informal economy. The policy highlights greater gender equality in employment and working conditions. In the 2017 census, there was a marked difference in gender labor force participation, where the labor force participation for males was 76.4% compared with females at 37.4%. So that is a statistic that we will need to try to address. We will develop ways through the policy to make it easier for women with children to enter paid work and to address gender pay gap in Fiji. And recently we have seen the stronger focus the government has had on the family with the recent extensions of some leave provisions for maternity leave, family care and parental care. This focus on the importance of the family to make sure that the family is looked after at all times. Persons with disabilities or other abilities and finding meaningful employment also feature in the National Employment Policy. This is because we recognize that people with disabilities really have other abilities and sometimes have limited opportunities for employment. So this calls for appropriate policies, improve access to workplace, relevant skills, training and better enforcement of the 2% employment quota of persons with disabilities in workplaces with 50 or more workers. And we recognize also the work that has been done by the Fiji Revenue Customs Service, where they also have incentives in place for those employers that absorb people that are physically challenged with their 300% tax rebate that's currently in place. Children and employment are also important to tackle, and we will be increasing awareness on the negative impacts of child labor in the drive to achieve our broader vision of creating a child labor-free Fiji. Finally, we will be looking at strengthening good faith employment relations and promoting safe and productivity-driven workplaces. I commend our tripartite partners for continuing to cultivate and nurture social dialogue. The launching today of our first national employment policy is another indication of our journey together through social dialogue. I also commend the ILO for their continuous support in this journey and the other agencies that were also involved in some of the technical studies. I believe it was the ADB that has been involved. So we appreciate also their assistance. And we look now to the implementation of the National Employment Policy. And from the ministry, we know that employment growth, enhancing employment is not something that can be created by a ministry. It requires collaboration and cohesion by all the stakeholders in our country. So I call on your support and your assistance to ensure that we together can make a difference. We will be tapping on your knowledge and experiences and commitment to implement Fiji's first national employment policy. I thank you for your commitment and attendance as we celebrate this milestone together. Vinagawa Levu, thank you and Dhanyabad.